Greetings, everybody. It is Friday evening, March 20th, 2015. It is truly night as darkness has descended upon us. You can probably see the reflection of the monitors in my glasses. Welcome to what might be a unique weekend trader as I continue to share with you, my life and my journey. And I've given a lot of thought in the last couple of weeks, and I know I've done this many, many times, forgive me, but in terms of where we go with this. And so I want to invite everybody on a journey. Those that are interested in looking over my shoulder as I start a new journey are welcome to do so. And this kind of gets back to the genesis of what became this particular blog back in 2008 and became the genesis for the book. That was a time when I thought I needed to really get more serious about my own trading and put what I thought was a fairly aggressive yet attainable target out in front of me, and to do so and to journal it live for myself and also if anybody wanted to look over my shoulder, great. And that kind of exploded into far more than that. As I look at my monitor over here, that's got a lot of my schematics on it. And so those of you that, again, that followed me during that point in time, for me it was, the dollar amount's irrelevant, but it was $1 million for the year. I wanted to achieve it. And so I had to put a lot of things aside, and I had to really devote myself to that, and I had ups, downs, all that kind of stuff. This is a bit of a different journey, and you may recall that I think it was even back in 2009 I had made a significant attempt to increase my trading size. And first of all, the trek through 07, 08, I'm typically trading at that time, anywhere from 15 to 60 contracts. That was my standard size. And so I wasn't, trading much beyond that. So you really had to be on your game to maximize, opportunity back then. But there was a time after that I made a decision to try to ramp up my size, and it just seemed that I always had one foot in it, and I could never get 2 feet in terms of life intervening, distractions. MF Global came along, turned my pursuit to consumer advocacy. Still traded, but kind of put that objective of increasing my size in the back burner for a while, and I really never have resurrected that until now. And so I feel that for me as a trader and where I'm at in my life, and given how I want to push myself a little bit, I'm now at a stage where I am going to increase my sizes significantly. And I want to be careful how I say this, because I want to journal my attempt. I want to in a fairly live fashion, meaning certainly at least once a week, share with you what I've done well, what I haven't done well, and share with you my progress. I don't know where this is going, just like I didn't know where the 2008 journey was going. But I do know this. I know that this is an aspect of the business that challenges every one of us. I can't tell you how many times I get emails, daily, in terms of I'm wanting to increase my size. What do I do? Blah blah blah, and all the theory is great, but it's something that I myself, I got up to a certain level, got real comfortable with it. Still am very comfortable with it, but I never pushed beyond that. It's not about greed. It's not about who has the most toys at the end of the game, because that's not why we're doing this. But I need to do this for myself. I need to push myself. I need to kind of conquer that last objective that I still have on my list that I haven't ticked off. And so I'm going to do that, and I'm going to share with you how I'm doing. I'm going to share with you my progress, in the hope that you might be able to pick up something that I'm doing, Or I might be able to pick up something that you're doing. You folks that have been successful at increasing size, we are forever a student of the market, and we'd be kidding ourselves to think anything other than that. Once we think we have this business licked, it's over. It's just over. And so I certainly encourage you folks to maybe share with me your thoughts. But I'm going to share with you how I'm doing here. I've read over the last 20 years and have seen traders use all sorts of different strategies. Some folks suggest that you scale it up over time. Some folks, Dr. Brett Steenbarger, for example, has a great chapter in his book where he talks about increasing it all at once. He wanted to be known, or he wanted to think of himself as a large size trader right away, and he made the leap. And if you recall, if you've read that passage, it was hard at first for him. So what I'm looking at my end is stepping up my size to a maximum. Again, I'm looking at my chart over here. My full size is going to be defined as 270 contracts. And I've got certain levels of certain tiers that I'm going to be utilizing depending upon the setup, depending upon my level of confidence, depending upon how I can stage into those sizes. But I've got 4 types of sequences that start at a full lot size of 90, and you'll see a lot of these increments of 30 and 90 here. So I've got one that defines a full size as 90. The second step, more aggressive, would be 180. The third would be 2 1/4, and the fourth would be 270. Again, for the most part, multiples of 30. There's some 25s in there as well. And I've got basically this allows me to scale in to the full position. I can scale into 90 3 times at 30. I can scale into 180 3 times with 60. 225 I can get 3 on at 75, and 270 I can get 3 on at 90. Now the numbers for the purposes of what we're doing here are irrelevant. I only share them because to me it is the proper perspective. It gets me from the 15 to 60 type trader to a fairly significant jump in size. I don't know how this is going to go. I didn't know how 2008 was going to go. And I may fall flat on my face. If you recall, when we started this thing in 2008, it was like the third post I made in July. It was like, I went off the grid, I came back, and I did this, and I went public, and all of a sudden I just had this monster day from hell, like on day 3, and it was like, what have I done here? Same thing can happen here, and if you like car crashes, welcome aboard. You'll get to see one. But it's something I need to do. There's no agenda here. I'm not selling anything. Yes, we've got some formal educational stuff out there. That's not what this effort's about. This is about me, stepping up my size. I'm kind of at a similar point as I was back at that point in my career, because I feel I've sub-optimized myself. I feel I've gotten distracted a bit. I feel I need something that can increase my focus on this business, increase my focus on the results. And I don't want to stop this career or this business knowing that I left something. I didn't push myself in some area and just see if I was able to respond. I'm probably going to need some help as I do this. I know I'm going to need help from above. I know that I'm going to need help from my peers. This has always been about iron sharpening iron. This has always been about let's make everybody stronger. Let's make each other stronger. As I become more exposed again via the Twitter universe, fully realizing that you realize who those are that will tear you up, and who those are that will try to tear you down. And as I said in the book, I kind of thank a few of you folks for kind of tweaking me a little bit. You may not know this, but I think you've kind of motivated me a little bit to get off my duff and go at something that again, we'll see where this goes. But along the way, I'll share with you various things. I have tweaked the scorecard that I've had in the book, that I've had in the programs. I've got a weekly tally sheet, which I am breaking basically each week into the 5 days, of course, and each day into 5 sessions, starting with evening Globex session, going to the morning Globex session, going to the first hour initial balance, going to midday, which is after the initial balance, 10:30 to 2 o'clock Eastern, and then afternoon 2 o'clock to 5:15, and then we start the cycle again. And so I've carved that out, and I've actually graphically got this particular week set where I can see. It's the first time I've used this. I can see how I've done during each one of those phases, and I'll share that format with you as we go forward. And again, I've got the 4 tiers here in terms of the levels of aggression, if you will. Excuse me. This is going to take a significant ramp in focus. I still have other interests that I'm involved in, and so I need to watch how I balance the two. This is not something we're going to be trading all the time, certainly, nor should we be trading all the time. But when I do trade, and when the opportunities do present themselves, I'm going to see how this goes. So let's learn from one another. If you want to see how this works for me, great. Welcome aboard. That's what this is all about. I'll tell you when I do well. I'll tell you if I never get that second foot in. I'll tell you if I'm hesitating. I'll tell you, I'll be as candid as I can. This is going to be a struggle for me. It really is going to be a struggle for me. I've been doing this business for 20 some years. And this is a significant change for me. So we'll see how it goes. My printer running in the background here. That's really all I had tonight. Be safe. Have a great weekend. Tell me what you think about this. If you're embarking on a similar journey, let's do this together. Let's do this together and see where we go with this. Let's see what potential that we really have to stretch ourselves to be all that we can be, to use the corny expression. I've got a lot of work cut out for me. I'll probably be posting less. You saw me scale back in Twitter this week. This is about focusing on your business, focusing on my business. So a little bit less during the day in terms of communication, but hopefully the substance and the quality during the weekends, and maybe some intermediate posts as well will make up for that. If you don't like it, if you don't want to follow, great. I love you all. We'll see where this goes. God bless. Have a great weekend, and we'll catch you on the flip side. Take care.